Hi, I'm Paul, and I am not a gold bug. The U.S. debt ceiling is a myth that not smart people fall for two reasons. That's right. And this is the second video that I've made today. And I wasn't planning on making it, but we kind of need to talk about this because the debt ceiling is back in the news. Oh my goodness. And, there are at least two reasons, and there's two reasons I'm going to talk about right now for why that is a myth. And stick around to the end because I'm going to give a bonus third reason. That's right. There's going to be a third reason at the end, even though I said there were going to be two. But I like helping people and giving extra stuff, so that's what exactly we're going to do. So let's give the very first reason why the debt ceiling is a myth. Now, participate. Comment below. Send me an email. Call the voice and leave a voicemail, whatever you want to do. There's a million things I can talk about this. I'm only going to talk about two right now. There are many reasons. Let's talk about two and stick around so I give you a bonus reason. So the first reason is the US dollar, okay? So the US dollar, so here's the first question. What is the US dollar? Here's what the dollar is supposed to be. Right? Specific weight and purity of gold and silver. That's it, right? $1 is specific. $1 is a specific weight and purity of silver. That's it. That's a dollar. Why? Because our money is required to be gold and silver. Not gold or silver. Not gold, not silver. Gold and silver. That's required to be our money. Gold and silver are money. Gold and silver are the only money. And when it comes to the US dollar was like a proxy money. It's currency. It's a money substitute. You can call it many things, right? A money certificate, whatever you want to call it. You can call it these things. But the US dollar today in 2023 is not that any longer. It's a, debt-based currency. It's a note. It's a Federal Reserve note. And that is not the same thing as a dollar in the traditional sense. So the US dollar is not, in fact, money. So if we're paying this debt, well, what is this debt, right? Like, if we're talking about debt in a sense of money, well, the dollar's not money. You just print that up or whatever. You do whatever you want, right? And you just pay the debt, right? It's like, this is not rocket science, right? Like, the US dollar has all, because I'm not a rocket scientist, right? I mean, I could if I would, but I have no interest in that kind of stuff, so I'm not going to be studying rocket scientry. The US dollar is not, today, is currency. It is not money. There is a difference. And the US dollar has already hyperinflated. This is not up for debate. There are many reasons and ways that I show exactly why that is true and why that is the case. The United States dollar has already hyperinflated. Besides that, the dollar is not money. It is currency. And therefore, for reason number one, the debt ceiling is a non-issue because we're not even talking about money anyway, right? Just print that stuff up and pay it. Doesn't matter. And it will get paid, right? Like because there's no limit to the amount of currency that you can produce to pay back a debt that's not even a debt of money, right? I mean, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Then number two, the second reason, and remember, there's many, many, many reasons. Call me up. Ask me a specific question about this. Reason number two is, and I don't know exactly how to talk about this or how to phrase this. It's like, and hold on. I'm going to type down a pre-bonus because I want to talk about these bonds that I actually have on my desk, and I forgot about that. U.S. government bonds. Okay, so we're going to do that. So I just typed that down because I don't want to forget about that as a pre-bonus point to the bonus point. So reason number two, right, why the debt ceiling is a myth, U.S. military, right? I don't know where I was talking about this. As I started my YouTube channel in January, I have been trying to actively participate with other YouTubers in their chats, in their live streams, even though they kick me off, right? Watch my other videos. Watch all my videos up to date. You'll see. So I've been trying to participate and engage the commenters and the live stream and interact, right? That's what YouTube's about, right? It's a community. YouTube is great for 2023 because it's great for content creators to share ideas and have a community and to start a community. So, like, a question came up, like, how much gold does US have or something? So when I talk about reason number 2 for the debt ceiling and why the debt ceiling is a myth, I'm talking about gold / the U.S. military. So that's reason number 2, right? So someone's like, how much gold does the United States have? And I just joked, although it's not really a joke, and I said, all the gold in the world, right? All the gold in the world. The United States has all the gold in the world. And we do, right? You know, do we have 8,000 some odd tons in the United States? We do. Do we have, 20 to 30,000 tons throughout the world? We do, right? Do we have more than that? However much gold there is, I'm not sure. I'm guessing that's just an estimate. Let's just pretend that there's 20 or 30,000 tons of gold. Let's pretend there's 100,000 tons. Pick a number, any number, right? Whatever you want to pretend that there is for gold out there, the United States owns it, right? Why? Because the United States military. So, you know, the debt ceiling, well, you don't get it, half dollar, because, if the U.S. dollar defaults on its debt, or if it, uses its U.S. military as like some sort of bully or something like that, well, that's bad. Then other nations are not going to buy our government bonds, and we're not going to be able to, you know, I'm not talking about all that stuff right now. I will gladly talk about all that stuff, right? But that doesn't even matter. That's not even the point right here. The point is the United States has all the gold in the world. The United States has, why? Because the United States has a military. So yeah, right? Like, that's going to bring us into point number, and I'm going to give my bonus point now and then talk about the bonds afterwards, because it's interesting, because it just kind of highlights the fact that this is not just systemic in nature between nations on a global scale, right? That's not what I'm talking about, because this is also individual in nature, which is why I'm going to talk about these bonds in a sec, just because it's funny. But yeah, when it comes to the military, right, it's like, okay, you're not going to buy our bond. All right, whatever. I mean, it's whatever, right? Like, whatever. Okay. So I don't even need to really get into the United States military. I would say that I am credible in the sense that I know what the United States is capable of because I've been in the United States military. And I know what the United States does, and I know what war is. So yeah, we don't need to talk about any of that stuff, right? It's like, it's just point number 2, right? Point number 1 is the U.S. dollar. The debt ceiling is a myth because of the U.S. dollar. Point number 2, the debt ceiling is a myth because of gold / the U.S. military. And when it comes to like gold / the U.S. military, the proper way to think of that is kind of like the chicken and the egg, right? Doesn't matter, right? You got a chicken and you got an egg, right? Or you got an egg and you got a chicken. It doesn't matter, right? The United States has got the gold. The United States has got the military, right? It's like, the United States has got the military. The United States has got the gold. Do you see what I'm saying, right? Like, that's reason number 2. So, reason number 3 is the bonus reason, is so what, right? So what? The United States isn't going to, the debt ceiling is an issue. The United States isn't going to pay its debt. The United States is going to default. The United States is going to have to cut here, cut there, not do this, not do that, do this, do that. Guess what? Everybody's going to eat. Everybody's going to get paid. Everybody's going to get, right? In one way or another, all of these things are true. Go back to point 1 for the everybody's going to get paid reference. But yeah, I mean, okay, so what, right? The debt ceiling is a non-issue because so what, right? That's bonus reason number 3. It's a good distraction. I don't know. I mean, I'm not into any kind of conspiracy theory or controversy at all, right? There is no place for conspiracy theories, and especially no place for spreading conspiracy theories on YouTube, right? YouTube is a place for sharing ideas, information, for entertaining, and for all of these things, but it is not a place for spreading propaganda and lies that are bad, right? So I'm not going to do that. And in addition, YouTube is a great place because YouTube is awesome for all people, including people that have physical disabilities and mental disabilities. So what we need to do in the entire world is love more people. And I love everybody, and I try not to hurt everybody. And I hope that you would do the same. Love all people and never hurt anybody ever. So when it comes to the so what factor, it's just that. So what as a bonus reason. I don't know what it's trying to shine light on or shine light off, or none of that stuff matters, right? Which is going to bring me to my pre-bonus point, which is now like my final point, which isn't even really a point, but I just want to show these, right? These are, and I got to cover these up because, these have names and addresses, and it's not like I'm ignorant like that, right? Like I understand that names and addresses or whatever, like doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but just for whatever reasons, I'm going to cover this up, and I don't even know how to cover this up. I'm just going to use my hand here. So these are government bonds, right? These are government bonds. So see that? That's a government bond, right? This is an Series EE, right? This is a Series EE. Oh, I got a few of them here. But these are bonds, right? These are bonds. So here's my point. Just like a nation in a national level, right? Because of our military and because of our financial ability, because of the Exchange Stabilization Fund, go look up that at the Treasury Department's website. People need to know about the United States Treasury. It's not playing, right? United States military ain't playing, United States Treasury ain't playing, and I ain't sharing nothing that's wrong. Just go look it up on the Treasury's website, right? So, yeah, good luck with that. Every person that believes things and nations that believe things. But just on an individual level, good luck with that as an individual, right? I know because I actually have paper bonds. They're in my hand right here. These are paper bonds from the United States, right? And I know, there's no reason to show this stuff. I'm going to put it up slightly here again one more time just to show the face value. Because the face value is kind of cool. But it's not even going to zoom in. So there's 200. Anyway, doesn't matter, right? Try and cash those things, right? It is easier to cash a check that's ripped and torn, and it looks like it has two different signatures. It's easier to cash something that looks sketchy at Walmart, right, than it is to cash a U.S. government bond of any type. Try and cash a bond, right? Now, if it's some sort of brokerage, bond proxy, or something like that, sure, whatever. But an actual bond, you ever tried to cash one of those things? I have, right? And I gave up, right? After hours of wasting my time. And you know what? They're actually in my daughter's name. And guess what? I'm sorry. Right? I'm sorry to my daughter ahead of time. You're going to have to figure out how to cash those things because she's going to be 18 soon, and it's not going to be my problem, right? So if the money is even worth anything, and it might not even be, right? Like, that's the sad part, right? Like, it's going to get to this point where, why am I going to cash that, right? Like, if it's not worth my time trying to figure this stuff out. And there are steps, right? I know there's steps you can take to actually cash a bond. That's not the point. The point is learn the steps and then actually do the steps. It's a nightmare. Believe me, I've tried it. I only speak from experience on this channel. That's what this channel is. It's a lifestyle, personal blog / vlog, whatever you want to call it. And I only speak from experience, right? So as a bonus point, yeah. I think there's issues with nations talking about U.S. government debt. It's whatever. Reason number 3 today, which is the bonus reason. You think there's issues with the United States government in Washington and the debt ceiling? It's whatever, right? It's whatever. For reason number 3 today, which is the bonus reason. You think there are issues with individuals who actually own paper bonds? It's whatever. It really is. Is it madness? I don't know. I'm not a doctor, right? I don't know if it's madness. But I know that the United States debt ceiling is a myth. And not smart people fall for it for 2 reasons. And there are many more reasons. I just talked about 2 and a bonus reason. Thank you for your time.